Hey, I'm Jim Moyna, and this is Moyna Bass Fishes on YouTube. Not on CBS, not on ABC, not on ESPN, not on the Bravo Network, not on Cinemax. This is Moyna Bass Fishes on YouTube. So, hey, we are talking about the day one of competition at the Toyota Series Championship on Lake Guntersville, the year being 2022. It is not the kind of day I was hoping for. In fact, it's the kind of day you dread as a tournament angler. One fish, that's it. One fish is all I weighed. I didn't get many bites. I caught a fair number of short fish, but I didn't get many keeper bites. I actually might have had as many as 4 keeper bites, but only one found its way into the boat. So, and a big one came off on a chatterbait, and then another fish came off on a quarter-ounce lipless crank, and then another fish came up on a top water. It looked like a decent one, and he didn't get hooked. So, anyhow, I'm in 170th place. So, kind of a bummer. So tomorrow, um, originally what I was going to do tomorrow was just kind of just go out and just poke around, and because no matter how monster of a catch I catch tomorrow, it's probably not going to be enough to get a check for me at this point. So, uh, my original plan for tomorrow was to just stay close to takeoff, stay within 3-4 miles, and just spend my day just fishing and enjoying the day. And I mean, fish hard, and try to catch everything I can. But that all changed. How did that change? That changed with the pairing, the co-angler pairing that I have for tomorrow. Okay. It just so happens that this co-angler is in 5th place in the co-angler division, which means every fish that he catches tomorrow has great significance, has a great bearing on his tournament outcome, could potentially have a huge impact on his winnings for this tournament. So with that, here I am. No matter what I catch tomorrow, it ain't going to mean diddly squat because I'm not going to get a check. There's no point. This is a championship, so there's no points at stake. There's just nothing at stake for me tomorrow. But on the other hand, on the back of my boat, this guy's got everything on the line. And so now, with that as the backdrop, and with that as being the case, I'm going to have to go against every ounce of my competitive being tomorrow. I'm going to have to just go against the total grain of what I represent competitively, and I'm going to just have to stand down, which means I am going to basically, in the Toyota Series, you can talk to your co-angler about fishing locations, and he's got some places he wants to fish. So we'll go to these places, and if he says he wants to cast in this depth of water, well, then I'll be casting out to some other depth, because I would feel I would have a certain amount of guilt to be catching a fish in front of him, and with that fish virtually being meaningless to me, other than like an ego or pride saver. Whereas if he were to catch that fish, that could be like a multiple $1,000 fish, or maybe even a tournament win in the end of it all. Who knows? And it's going to be so hard to stand down because that's just not what I'm about competitively. Even after a bad first day, I mean, I wanted to go out tomorrow, enjoy the day, but at the same time, I was going to put the hammer down. No relaxing, no taking breaks, no taking it easy, thinking things through, retying when I need to retie, readjusting, reading the conditions, making the right adjustments, not being lazy, uh, still putting the hammer down. But now it's just going to be awkward. So awkward because I'm going to, if he wants to cast this way, he said, well, then I'm going to have to cast that way. Just because I just don't want to. This is a rare thing that happens too, because almost every tournament, even after a bad first day, there's always points to be had on the second day of a tournament. It's like you want to get those points, you want to earn more points towards championship qualifications down the road. Well, that's not on the table. So really, this is such an awkward position that I'm going to be in. It's kind of been, it's really uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. Because then on the other hand, well, maybe I should be going hard at it because that way this guy, that way he's not, I don't know. I was going to say that way it's a level field for all the co-anglers. What I'd really like to do, and this is against rules and it won't happen, but what I'd really like to do is just give my co-angler, hey, here, you go up on the trolling motor, you just run, do whatever you want. And I'll just sit back here on the back deck and catch whatever fish you leave behind. But the rules don't allow co-anglers to fish off the front deck, so that won't be happening. So anyways, that's where I'm at with this tournament. It's a huge disappointment. This day one, huge disappointment. Real just shot in the gut, and I don't do well with I don't do well with this. It's and to a fault. I'm it's a fault of mine. It's a shortcoming in my profile of being a competitive bass fisherman. It's a weakness. It's a shortcoming. I'll take a bad performance and carry it forward, not just to the next day sometimes, but even to the next tournament. And that's not good when you do that. And I'm aware of it. I try to circumvent around that now. Anyways, that's where I'm at. We'll give you guys a report tomorrow, let you know how things went. So, yeah, there was a couple other tidbits I wanted to throw out there, but I forget what they were. Thanks for watching. Over.